Looking at that door, wondering if that's your escape route.
One of two options I'm considering.
And the other option?
Putting a bullet in your head. Unless you just want to turn in your gun and badge right now.
Scene 97 takes place after I've lost a few men. And I've realized, and I said, okay, you know what? You want our full attention, you've got it.
In that whole crime lab sequence, his back's against the wall. And, we want the audience to believe, as well as Shaw at one point, that there's absolutely no way he's going to get out of it.
The rundown of it is, I come into the room, they come into the room, they start shooting at me with every gun on planet Earth. I jump over a desk, somebody makes a charge, I pick them off, and then we have one dead guy. I have a taser that I took off of somebody else earlier.
And he sees a guy who's dead, but his finger is on the trigger of his automatic weapon. And as the guys are approaching, and they're literally on top of Shaw, he uses the taser, tasers the guy, and the, electrical current that goes through him forces him to pull the trigger.
I shoot dead guy with a taser.
And the whole place just goes. Everybody's just, tossed through the air.
And then I take off the grate on the vents, and then I hide behind a shelf, and you let me go again. It's not about how many guns you have. It's about hiding behind a shelf sometimes.
So shooting a sequence like this, you want to make sure that you've got all the stuff to have in the edit and make sure that this was going to be a very visceral, action-packed, cutty sequence.
An absolute disaster area is what we turned it into, but it was such a cool sequence.
How the hell he got out of there, I don't know.
The firefight in Scene 97 is a brutal confrontation that has Detective John Shaw cornered and the outcome all but written in stone. Creating this scene is a calculated combination of firearms, explosives, stuntmen, and a few other movie tricks you're about to learn all about.
We've shot over 300 rounds so far tonight, and we're only halfway there. Hey, marker.
The decision to fire blank rounds adds to the intensity of the battle and has an added benefit for the actors as well.
The level of authenticity has to be right. So on action, you have about 3 cameras set up, and it kind of happens like it's happening.
When you're doing gunfire these days, there's a little bit of a shift towards CG and towards, we'll put that flash in post, but it's, for me anyway, and I think a lot of people agree, especially the cast, you've got a whole bunch of actors firing full auto machine guns. It helps them, and I think the performance has really come out.
Sometimes it's pretty wild. When you have like 4 people going through at the same time firing, it's pretty wild. But, I'm in it and I'm loving it, and it's fun. It's great. This one is, my weapon of choice, Kimber 45, and it's the weapon that's personalized, custom made. Cops usually can't afford this weapon because it's little high-end, but this cop can afford it because he bends the rules a little bit.
Real actors and real weapons sell the scene, but creating the impact of bullets on camera takes the skill of a top-notch special effects team.
This is a bucket full of cork. It's very soft and comes apart very easily. And what we do is we put a squib device inside one of these, and it blows out and it throws nice chunky debris that won't hurt someone if it hits them. It's nice and soft, very lightweight. And we can also take bunches of it like this and throw it at people.
And we have a lot of stuff that's rigged on top of the desk. So they will basically pop, 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 and all of the things will explode. But then we've got this great tool, which I love, which is like a paintball gun, and it fires zerks. So what we'll do is it will basically fire little kind of pellets that, on impact, they'll spark. So we can literally look like we're shooting right at him and make it look like he's actually taking gunfire.
Jason Day, my stunt double, has taken a beating in this movie.
We've been calling him Stunt Matt because we've been nice to him because he's been getting a little hurt and a little banged up on this, that we'll actually put some mats down for him.
When Dean came in, a whole brand new world for him. He was like, well, what do I do? What do you do? And I just said, whatever you're not comfortable doing, I'll do. And he's like, well, I'm comfortable doing everything.
I think for Dean, one of the most surprising elements of the physical side of the movie was that he didn't actually have to hit people.
The WWE superstars, they're used to doing all their own stunts live. You know, it probably took a little bit of an adjustment, but he understands that if he gets hurt, then the movie gets hurt. So I go in and do the stuff that when there's any real danger, maybe Dean taking a tumble or getting hurt, then I'll step in and do that for him.
I realized I'm gonna have to go back to not having a stunt double for the hard part. Because it's always like, all right, get right up to the point where you're about to fall down the staircase and then stop. Jason.
The action is intense, and there are areas where you just can't get Dean Ambrose to do those sorts of things because he might get hurt. You know, he's not invincible, he's not a superhero. Some people might think he is.